afternoon, everyone. I'm Veronique, and I'm back with a new video on the YouTube channel of Scope International. So tonight, I'm going to keep going talking about the thesis of additive manufacture to the Ministry of Defense. In this case, I'm into the chapter of fundy data. Before to go in there, I have a brief information regarding the inventory management. In mode, it is the need of adjustment for the client benefit to and have visions of the stock that shooting times and the amount of the quality and the target that load the juicing time. It depends on mode and create an opportunity to the streamline via the supply chains, such as impacting of the warehouse where sellers stock moving from port of sale to delivering to the final destinations by saving costs. Rather, can make a stock control to be updated via the classifications or inventory VED vital essential desirables. Also, now let me talk about the fundy data. The analysis is focused on additive manufacturing international organization standard that improve supply chains. There are 24 questions that has been created and filled online. It analyzes the literature review, instructive and cover the subject supply chains, agile manufacture, additive manufacture, international standard. So the supply chains. What type of organizations are you? 60.50% response to military. They are 60% and the persons technology 25%, manufacturing 12.50. Strategy alliance data analysis. The questions once depends variable scale demonstrate the type of challenge organizations has over the supply chains of the Ministry of Defense and its affecting through the confidentiality with 20.50%, technology 21.25 and regulation 21.25%. Question 2. What are the positive results strategy alliance create in your organization supply chains? That the flow of data share reduces cost sense results 20% better resource utilization for projections, solidifications, customer loyalty both 80%, long-term trustworthy 9%, and improve our overall information system 15%. In terms of the question 1, the confidentiality may create a long-term trustworthy between stakeholders. The questions that are following that are the challenge of the organization in establish a strategy alliance. Following that, there is a questions of what are the productions planning control method your organization use. Material production scheduling, material requirement planning, each 30%. Manufacturing resourcing planning 20% and order 10% and non 10%. The question is what is an independent? The question 9 is said is an independent nominal scale that leads to flow. The productions is regulated AM of mode, and this demonstrates the higher percentage value. The most popular that are the following mass productions with 33.23 and the large batch and order 60.7 and finally the low percentage with 8.33%. Agile manufacture. The table frequency are there the questions 10% in an independent variable nominal that demonstrates that agile manufacture has an organization who are inevitable technology and poor management with 25% of all. The table frequency question 11 is an independent variable nominal that lists the challenge of the computer aid and manufacture, computer aid planning productions, computer aid engineer and computer stock transportation. List the percentage of higher popular less than with 33.33, following with a lack of feedback on the customer system. Integrations and poor design with 23 and lack of investment in the advanced manufacture with 11.11%. In agile manufacturing technology, questions stand said unavailable appropriate technology and design have an equal percentage. This is the reason why the impact of the question 11 due to lack of customer impact due to lack of integrations on the system. Productions project development. What benefit has your organization from using CAD, computer aided design, computer aided engineer, computer aided manufacture, storage, transportation, and the design and the project development? Who do you collaborate with when you develop the project? Designer 30%, engineer 17.50%, customer 15%, production 50%, quality 15%, finance 10%, and process 7.50. Question 14. What is the challenge your organization has with the stakeholders for effective development of the project? Complexity of the project development 30%, for poor interface and language 30%. Question 15. How does your organization overcome the challenge with stakeholders? Order 52.85%. Share interface adapt a long interface development with your interface 50.28%. The success of project development in a department or defense is due to collaborations between the stakeholders. In questions 13, with the engineer had that the highest percentage, this has negatively affected the rapid design of the technology for the design a better product, customer projections, quality, but the design has lower percentage compared to other stakeholders. This affects the development of the project. Representing a percentage of 20% explain the lack of development of the system and the informal collaborations between design with the technology, language, technique that can have an impact on the project development. Fortunately, to overcome this problem, the Ministry of Defense share and adapt the interface between them to reduce the lack of technical language poor interface. Additive manufacture. What is the impact as on the supply chains? Poor complexity, product 30.80%, customized part design 46.20%, material accuracy 50-40%, high quality 7.7%. Raw materials. The table I there represent the questions for the dependent variable nominal and list what type of AM technology and material the mode used the most, which has fluoride rate fuse, selections laser century with 50%, direct energy depositions with 25%, and the rest 12%. What type of AM technology and materials does your organization use the most? VIT photo, polymerizations, material sheeting, polymer, plastic material extractions, and sheet lamination, it's 12.50%, and direct energy deposition 25%. The table frequency of the questions 5, the dependent variable numerical scale list cost of the materials or tax year the supply chains of the mode with a higher percent than 20.35, which has 40%, 10 to 20%, 50 to 70%, and each 20%. How much do your raw material costs inventory? The table of frequency say that the question 7 is dependent variable nominal scale, which lists the organization main challenge in AM cost with a higher percentage in obsolescence, stock out of each 33.40 inaccuracy of the stock of 22.32 offered 11.11. The question 7, what is your organization's main challenge in managing AM cost inaccuracy of stock real orders, 22.30 stock, and 11.11 obsolescence? Following that, it has been 33.50%. The table of frequency of the question 8 say that the classifications of item inventory impact the Ministry of Defense. The higher percentage are ABC analysis, FSN with 25, FED Go with 60-70%, FD and SOS 8.38, 30-33%. How can you classify your item inventory controls? ABC analysis 25%, vital, essential, desirable, video 16.70%, fast moving, low moving, no moving, FCN 25%, seasonal item, stand for all seasonal item, SOS, government, market local 8.33%, for a source of supply 16.70%. Benchmarking. Do you benchmarking your organizations? Yes, 60%, no, 40%. Quality assurance. What type of quality standard does your organization use for the material and technology in additive manufacture? ISO standard 25%, ISO standard 9,000 25%, ISO standard 9,001 37%, ISO standard 900 9,002 9,003 9,004 12.50%. The question 20. What type of quality standard do you use? The governance standard or customer standard in additive manufacture? ISO 9028.60%, 9001 35.60%, 9002, 9003, 9004, 14.30% each. Question 24. Are you using ISO 18002 confirm the validity of materials and technology compliance requirement with your customers, supplier, and other stakeholders? Yes, 70%, 75%, no, 25%. This analysis demonstrates that the Ministry of Defense stakeholder implement the benchmark in order for ISO 9000, 9001, 9002, 9003, 9004. But the most used are ISO 9001 and 9008, 9002. For the quality system material and technology question 21, 19, 20, ISO 90,000 to 9003, 9004 are for customer and vendors governance, and the question 21, 19, 20. But the Ministry of Defense don't examine the accuracy of material ISO 1001, but it used the ISO 80,002 to confirm the validity with the customer, supplier, and other stakeholders. But the lack of validity with the customer, supplier, and other stakeholders, but the lack of validity of the accuracy of material technology impact the lack of validity and the accuracy of the materials and technology, causing the lack of development and interaction for additive manufacturing. Following that, this is the conclusions of the finding research data. Now I'm going to speak about the discussions. In the discussions, I mainly going to be focused on the following. Aguilo and in our 2004 state that the development of strategic alliance or the development of materials and technology can affect the supply chains, but researchers demonstrate that the lack of trust creates a negative and positive impact via the supply chains. This is a positive because the Ministry of Defense share information carefully, share according to the confidentiality with a percentage of 37.5%, and the development of technology and regulation with a percentage of 21.35%. Zoder and Gober in 2019, the confidentiality at more doesn't apply keep information against computer. But it is to keep the confidentiality of the cross-functionality, say Soter Goldenberg 2019. The confidentiality mode. The confidentiality only keep information against competitor, but it is to keep the confidentiality of the cross-functionality. Save Soter and Goldenberg 2019. Also, there is a list of reasons such as to keep the information from adverse, share secretly. Following that, they say to the agile manufacture paragraph. Agile manufacture paragraph impact the Ministry of Defense UK cause inevitable technology due to lack of integrations. Fortunately, the Ministry of Defense UK use a list of technology software such as additive manufacture, robotic software, computer-aided design, computer-aided engineer, computer-aided production planning, and additions. The project development at the Ministry of Defense can create a high quality with the DG. Framework of project development is used at the start of the project. This framework designed the project for the Ministry of Defense opportunity for the design of additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing is a revolution technology that optimizes the manufacturing process via the supply chains of the Ministry of Defense in the UK. This technology is unique because its materials can only be used with the right materials, right technology for the movement of its supply chains. Also, the inventory control of additive manufacturing mode is challenging due to the lack of obsolete stock out. Fortunately, The establishment of collaborations of forecasting policy can affect the whole supply chains of the Ministry of Defense, including implementation of inventory control. The implementation of benchmark at the Ministry of Defense UK, impacting the development of collaborations of ISO standard for additive manufacture via the supply chains of the Ministry of Defense. And the quality assurance is quality systems that help the implementation process of the Thesis certificates. Such unit was the technology via the customers and the vendors. In conclusions, this has been demonstrated the following founding researches and also the discussions parts. The Ministry of Defense has demonstrated that the development of additive manufacturing impacted the operations. Through the research questions, it has been found out that the most of the stakeholders who are implementing the implementation of additive manufacturing are engineering, and also found out the technology must match the materials in order to produce the components. It's very deeply going deep to talking about the ISO standard. The ISO standard impacting as well the development of the technology via the supply chains. It's been found out that most of the organizations are actually looking for making knowledge and understanding of the technology regarding in terms of knowledge, language, numerical, engineering side, and also the implementations through any operation side. In this case, I will conclude that the supply chains in at the mode it's required in terms of the traditional supply chains. It must strengthen the supply chains traditionals and add to the new convenience with the supply chains with additive manufacture. In conclusion, additive manufacture it is an agile, flexible technology which is making accurations to the supply chains for the benefit of the stakeholder and the benefit of the mode operation over the world. If we have any questions regarding this, I will, as I say earlier, I will add the following dissertations. If you would like to have the piece of work, I will to share to you by email. Any questions regarding that, I will also be happy to respond to any questions regarding that. Thank you very much for your listening. The next video is going to be about the first dissertation, which is the same. The first is the second, the same one. And I'm going to speak about the main body, but in terms of analysis, the analysis it will be stay like of the second is the improvement of the first. The second is the improvement of the first dissertation. So thank you very much for your listening, and I'll see you later for the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.